Okay, today I'm going to try and do a little upgrade to the Scamp Lite. The biggest thing I'm going to try and do is fit what's in that box, which is a 12-volt fridge, in that space where I took off the two doors, and then I'll get it wired up. Hopefully everything goes good. Alright, I've laid out a piece of cardboard and the trim piece for the refrigerator. I'm just going to make a little template so that I know how much of the cabinet area to cut out. Alright, we have a template, so hopefully that's the right size. If not, I'll have to trim up a little bit more inside. I'm going to go ahead and tape this in and we're ready to trim. Alright, all taped in. Next thing to do is run a line around the outside of it, and that will be where the fridge is going to fit. The bottom here I put where it's already cut open, so I don't have to cut the bottom, I just have to cut along the three sides. Alright, so I've got it marked out. Next part is the scary part, actually cutting into this. Not sure, this is definitely not the right tool for the job, but I think it'll get it done. Just want to try and be careful to support this as I'm cutting it, because there's a lot of give, and want to make sure nothing breaks as I'm trimming this out. Alright, first test fit after opening it, and I cut just a little bit too tight. I'm going to have to trim that top portion, should have cut on the other side of the line. Okay, second test fit, trimmed out the top a little bit, and it's still a little snug, but it does go in, and that will be the new space for the fridge. I want to get some wood on the back where each of these screws is going to go. So I got to get some glue and little pieces of wood. Want something the screw can actually attach to. Okay, two choices with the trim ring on the fridge. I can mount it here and have a flush look, or I can push it back and then you can have the actual refrigerator flush, but the front door sticks out into the camper. I'm thinking because of the size of the camper that I actually want it back in and flush. And of course, I can always change my mind later. Okay, I don't need wood on the left side. I've got a piece for the right side and a piece for the top that I'll put up there. Glue it up there before I bring the refrigerator back, and that way there's some wood for the screws to attach to. Alright, the back of the fridge has just a small lead for your 12 volt. This isn't going to reach in the trailer, so I'm going to put it on some wire I have here. You want to go the same size or larger for your wire, and I'm going to go ahead and solder this up. Alright, the fridge fits, it actually looks good. I shouldn't be surprised. I've got wire coming off the back, and now I'm going to hook it up to the fuse box that I took out. They already have it labeled for a fridge. Probably use the same labels on different 13-foot scamps or 16-foot scamps, and then we'll fire it up and see if we can get a cold soda. All right, fridge circuit, third one down. Strip it off, put it in, and then got a ground bus bar here. So I'm just going to strip that off and tighten one of the screws on that one, and it should all be wired up. All right, put a fuse in the box before I screw everything back. I think I hear it running. Open it up. Yep, it's definitely running. So I now have a fridge in my Scamp Lite. Hope you can put one in yours too.